he been? Alexei Urmanov in Lillehammer was an Olympic champion. But from that shining moment in Norway 4 years ago, he fell to injury and to obscurity, worrying about his job and buying car parts on the black market. It was painful in many ways, as he would remain home living with his mother, watching as another Russian, Ilya Kulik, would skate his way to Olympic gold in Nagano. At 20, and wearing costumes to remember, Kulik would spin 4 times, riding a quadruple to victory. No one had done that in the Olympics before. Kulik's inspiration for that was Kurt Browning, who remembers back to a decade ago when he was Christopher Columbus, landing in uncharted territory with the first ever quad. However, the Olympics left him unfulfilled. Todd Eldredge can relate. The millimeters of miscalculation cost him a medal in the Olympics, a gold in the Worlds. These are the careers and the faces we turn to now, including Michelle Kwan. What would be victories for some are less for them, but their journeys and commitment make them part of a figure skating culture that embraces them for how close they came, how good they are, and how hard they fight. This is what brings them to their next challenge tonight. We welcome you to the southern tier of New York State, Binghamton, just north of the Pennsylvania border. And a full house is here at the Broome County Arena for the 1998 Ultimate Four. 4 outstanding pairs, outstanding women and men who are warming up behind us. Hi, everybody. I'm Al Trautwig along with Sandra Bezic, and this is under the auspices of the International Skating Union. So a short program followed by an interpretive free skate, judges and all their hard looks at scoring. And we're going to see Todd Eldredge, Alexei Urmanov, and 2 other men who, separated by a decade, did something outstanding in international competition for a first time.
The quad men, Kurt Browning, Ilya Kulik. Kurt, the seasoned professional, Ilya, the young Olympian, and this is the first time they're competing against each other. But what makes this competition interesting is it starts with the short program. Kurt's not used to skating short programs anymore, but Ilya is, and that's where we start.
Why Binghamton, New York? Well, it fits nicely between the last stop, Cleveland, and the next stop, Syracuse, on an ongoing national tour, which includes Todd Eldredge. Alexei Urmanov, however, hasn't been part of the tour. He's just flown in from Russia, out of action for about a year. Later, we'll see Michelle Kwan, and she's with Beth Ruyek. Beth?
Thank you, Al. Michelle, welcome back to Ultimate Four. Last time you were here, you won it, but so much has happened in that time period. What's your perspective coming into it now?
Well, inside and out, I've changed a lot within the last 2 years. And over the years, I've just learned to say, hey, have fun with your skating, enjoy what you're doing, and enjoy every moment you're on the ice.
Well, this is a rowdy crowd. They're going to love to see you here tonight. Thank you, Michelle. Back to you, Al.
All right, Beth, let's take a look at the order in which the funny to appear here, but there is $75,000 for first, 50 for second, 40 for third, 30 for fourth. For Todd Eldredge, it's so often about just prestige and the disappointment of Nagano. Silver medal won at the recent World Championships in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, from the United States, will you please welcome Todd Eldredge.
And Sandra, he's going right back to the same short program that he used in Nagano and at the World Championships.
And I'm sure that is what he's thinking about right now. He made a small error at the World Championships that put him in 4th position and cost him the title. Short program, 8 elements, do or die. He opens with his most difficult triple axel combination protocol element, the triple lutz out of footwork. Beautiful.
Taken by the atmosphere in the Broome County Arena here.
It's an educated crowd. They know who and what they're watching. Nice death drop. Todd is probably the best spinner in this event. One more element, the combination spin.
Todd Eldredge gets our 3 hours of figure skating tonight off to a rousing start.
With an excellent performance. He was completely free and loose.
All these skaters that we'll see here, they're outstanding, durable performers. Their day started about 4 a.m. in Cleveland, Ohio. Short plane ride, then a bus here to Binghamton, New York. And Todd Eldredge looks fresh as those roses he's been receiving from the crowd.
Great job. Hey, great job. That's a
4 sets of judges.
Todd set the course of this performance with a beautiful combination. Triple axel, double toe. Now, he may need a triple axel, triple toe loop in this event. There's the axel, and here's the double, and that may cost him a position. It depends on what the other men do.
Judges from Switzerland, Germany, Canada, Russia, and the United States. Early reaction to 5.8 across the board.
He set a very high standard with that performance.
For all the required elements, and likewise for presentation. You can't get much more consistent than that. Todd Eldredge back later. Now on center stage here in Binghamton. That'd be a major thing for someone who's just coming off the amateur international scene. But for Kurt Browning, a year ago in Boston in the Ultimate Four, matching up the 8 required elements was an extreme challenge, one where he absolutely missed and skipped the beat. He actually stopped in the middle of performing it, and all he could do was apologize to the crowd. An extreme professional like Kurt Browning is going to try and do everything in his power not to allow a repeat of a performance like that here in Binghamton, New York. I'm sorry, that's all he could say.
Canada, please welcome Kurt Browning.
In a short practice for this upcoming performance, Kurt Browning stepped onto the ice and said, "I hope the routine in my head matches the music I'm about to hear." And it's from Led Zeppelin.
I know Kurt well enough to say that this man is nervous. He had a very skitterish warm-up. And he opens with his combination. Triple axel. He had that. He could have done that.
he's even able to make the mistakes look passable.
Footwork into triple toe loop. A much easier triple than the other man. This is a new program for him. Music that he normally wears hockey skates to when he performs on tour.
Why is that?
He wears hockey skates in the show for this particular number. For fun. Step of the way.
The judges here in Binghamton have spoken.
Well, he's kind of happy with that. But I know he's kicking himself over the triple axel combination because his first jump was gorgeous and there was no reason not to do the combination except nerves.
Kurt Browning always steals a few extra kisses.
The ISU rules require him to do a combination, and he did not even attempt a second jump. But look how high this triple axel is. It's perfect. Just slightly back, too open to do anything on the end of that. And that will be a 0.3, 0.4 deduction.
My ankle rolled over when I landed? Something weird happened on the landing.
The ankle did roll over on that replay, and here's the required elements.
His left hip was open, which caused him to over-rotate the axle.
And that's the presentation. 5.8, 5.9, 5.9.
I did not notice the ankle rolling over, but it could very well have because of his hip action.
5.9s that they like.
The second mark was for the audience.
And Kurt Browning
And now,
is
ladies
in
and
third.
gentlemen, from Russia, please welcome Alexei Ormanov.
Alexei Ormanov, the 1994 gold medalist in Lillehammer. He's been out of action for a year, and we struggled a bit with the Russian translation, but it's a groin muscle problem, the best that we can tell. He's been to doctors all over the world. The best he said that any doctor could tell him other than rest were some painkillers. There are certain movements that he has extreme difficulty in making. And this is a business for him. He says, you know what? I haven't had my job for a year. And so he still is living with mom back in Russia.
It was devastating for him to miss the Olympics this year. And now his first time back, this is his moment to say, I'm here. Opening with his combination. Beautiful triple double. Same difficulty as Todd. of luck.
Probably is not a sporting event in America that doesn't have this song played in its arena every night.
His final element, the combination spin. Another excellent performance.
He looks like he is thrilled to be back and performing. And that was a bit of a statement performance.
What an accomplishment for him. To have not competed for a year and to step on the ice for the first time and skate perfectly.
Backstage, Todd Eldredge might be saying, I've got my work cut out for me.
And he was solid from the get-go. Look at this combination, just great height, perfect body line. He could have tripled that second jump, but a nice double.
The marks for required elements for Alexei Ormanov.
Well, he's breathing hard.
5.6, 5.7,
His fitness level will probably be one of the last things to come back. 5'6" the low, 5'9" the high.
5'6" a little low for me, but jump for jump, he pretty much matched Todd, but where Todd was better was in his spins and in his overall performance.
Large disparity. The Swiss judge 5'5", the Russian judge a 5'9". In total, Alexei Ormanov will be now in second place behind Todd Eldredge. So it's Eldredge, Ormanov, Kulik, and then Kurt Browning. And that's the way we stand.
They think I'm Ilya.
Kurt, I do not think they're having a case of mistaken identity, nor will they have any sort of misinterpretation of who stars in the women's competition of golds. Tonight, their careers cross paths.
I'm so excited to compete with Kurt Browning. He always was my star.
10 years ago, Browning delivered the first ever quadruple jump in competition.
While I was a kid, I watched everything and I was so excited. Next day, I just ran in on my ice rink and started pushing myself because I was so excited about that competition.
Kulik was that young Soviet who watched Browning 10 years ago, and he wound up doing the quad himself in the Olympic Games. But tonight, as he faced that man and his reputation for a first time, he missed ever so slightly in the short program. But not all is well for his idol either, as Kurt Browning had a less than idyllic trip around the rink. So as they look upon the standings, they see someone else delivering a comeback surprise. His name is Alexei Ormanov, lost to injury for more than a year. He somehow, from a St. Petersburg rink, forsaken by the years, has rediscovered an Olympic gold medal touch, and in a place far from St. Petersburg finds himself in second place, poised to make a move. The man who sits atop the list then is Todd Eldredge, who, skating a short program that failed him before, didn't miss this time. The 1998 Ultimate Four continues now from a sold-out Broome County Arena in Binghamton, New York. Some consider to be in the locker room at halftime with the lead a luxury. Others consider it pressure. How will Todd Eldredge handle the situation which is his? And what of Ilya Kulik and Kurt Browning? They are not part of the top two. And of those two men, dare we use the word quad? Let's go to Beth Bruyak.
So, Al, the question is, will they or won't they? And Kurt Browning says, yes, he will. He tried 2 quadruple jumps in practice earlier today, landed one solidly, and says since he's in 4th place, it's worth the risk. Ilya Kulik, on the other hand, says no, he's not going to try it. He hasn't been training it for the past 3 weeks. He's had a pinched nerve in his back, and he says he'll rely tonight on his triples. Todd Eldredge, though, is in the lead right now, and even though he does a quad in practice, he does not do it in competition. You won't see him try it tonight. His coach, Richard Callahan, says, though, Todd is finally, again, since the Olympic disappointment, enjoying his skating, and very much, Al, looking forward to winning this competition tonight.
How interesting. Separated by a decade, their famous quads playing a factor in the 1998 Ultimate Four. Here's the men's skate order. Kurt Browning will go first. Then it's Ilya Kulik. They finish 4th and 3rd, respectively. Eldredge and Urmanov in a draw. They flip. Eldredge is 1st, but he'll skate 3rd. Urmanov is 2nd, but he will skate 4th. And now there's great anticipation. I don't know that anyone in the arena could possibly guess that they're about to see Kurt Browning attempt to try a quad jump in an effort to win. But we mentioned his competitive spirit. What do I have to do to win? Do I need a quad? Do I need to be perfect? Yes. Okay, I'll do it.
Several weeks ago, someone reminded him that it was his 10th anniversary of landing the quad to the day, and he landed it in performance that night. Ever since, he has been landing them, so anything's possible.
All right, this is part of the cool of Kurt Browning.
The program is called Antares. It was written especially for him by the group The Tragically Hip. A little flirt with the judges.
Why should they be left out?
And now here we go, the triple axel. One down. And now, if he's going to do it, it'll be right here. Quad toe loop. Pretty close. Slight 2-foot.
Let the old man come in here and do a quad, and he won't even go for it.
As long as that attempted quad does not affect his program, he's already left out one spin, and he needs every technical element in this program to pull up from 4th. Triple foul. this competition. Kurt's only done 2 so far. And that's his 3rd triple toe loop. But the judges are going to consider this footwork as hard as any triple jump.
Candellaro's got nothing on him.
Candeloro learned it from him.
It's hard to imagine that Kurt Browning can be happier than when he's out there doing this. Seems to be what he was born to do.
He knows how to get himself pumped. He knows how to work himself into a place where he can perform and give every ounce of his energy. And he does it over and over again. And he loves his audience as much as they love him.
Well, we wait to see how this was viewed. This is over near the judges now.
The thing about competing when you turn professional is it's so important to these skaters because it keeps the edge. Kurt knew he was facing Kulik, and he knew he needed a quad, and here it is. And, oh, baby, it was a close one. Slight 2-foot landing, slight touch. But what an attempt for an old guy.
How do you not admire that he went for it?
Couldn't hear the first 10 seconds of my program. Couldn't hear it at all. I started 10 to 12 seconds late.
He's just saying he could not hear the first 10 seconds of his program. The level of the music was too low. He said he started 10 seconds too late and played catch-up. And that is one of the reasons why he missed that spin then that I mentioned earlier.
And what he's most upset about, you correct me if I'm wrong, is that the show didn't go right because of that.
That's right.
He's not worried about the marks at that point.
No. He wants to give his best performance. That's what it's all about.
This is my coach.
5.8. 5.8.
He likes those. 5.8 for the 5.7.
You like it? He likes it.
The marks for presentation. 5.8.
He's got a hip coach.
5.8.
2 5.9.
5.9.
He's still got the fire in his belly.
And Kulik says he will not respond to the quad. Let's go to Beth Ruyak.
You want to sit with me?
I want to sit with you. Al, here I am. What are you saying about the music? Everybody else is saying you went for the quad.
I'll tell you what happened. The crowd was so loud, and my music starts so soft. I actually started my program 10 to 12 seconds into it. So I had to, the triple axel was 7 or 8 seconds late. The quad toe, I didn't even go back to center ice to line it up. I had to start right from here. I had to leave out parts and wait for the music to catch up to me. It was like, it was hard to enjoy it because of what happened at the beginning.
All that, and did you see that instant standing ovation?
Were they? Oh, well, that's great. This crowd is fantastic. If anyone gets a 5.9 tonight, it's like, I mean, my earlier 5.9s, that was the audience, not me, that got that mark.
It's a great performance. Thank you very much. Good to see you again, Kurt.
Thanks.
Back to you, Al.
Well, Kurt Browning has added an element of drama in this Ultimate 4 competition.
And now, ladies and gentlemen from Russia, please give a warm welcome to Ilya Kulik.
And I guess it is the destiny of this 20-year-old Russian to always step on the ice wearing something that gets your attention. The Olympic gold medalist, third after the short program.
And he is skating to Pagliacci. Opening with a triple axel. A beauty. Over his head and made it especially difficult for that reason.
The happiness and bitter sadness from any opera, the black, the white, the good, the bad of it, in Ilya Kulik's performance today. And there's been much discussion backstage with the Russian skaters and their coaches about how the Russians go the theatrical route. When they hear a piece of music, they want to be the performer. Let masculinity be damned. They want to wear the appropriate costume. I think, however, and this is me asking you, is there not a point where the costume becomes flamboyant, where it detracts from the skating?
Well, I agree with that. I do believe that this costume does detract, but I think we're having a cultural collision here because the Russians take their inspiration from the stage, from the opera stage, and this is perfectly normal on the opera stage. And for the better part, the North Americans take their inspiration from pop culture. So we're not about to put that kind of costume on a competitive stage without theatrical lighting, and I think that that is the collision. On the other hand, Ilya just went out and skated a beautiful performance with 4 fantastic triple jumps. Everything perfect, methodical, calculated, and superb.
Thanks. The marks for skating techniques for Ilya Kulik.
So much.
5.7, 5.7.
Ooh, lots of groans in the crowd. Now, they'll frequently make announcements that there are sometimes deductions that the crowd may not understand.
Well, now, he did do the 4 beautiful jumps, but his footwork was not as difficult as Kurt, nor his spin. And clearly, the judges preferred Kurt's choreography.
Well, how about that? Kurt Browning is in front of Ilya Kulik. The judges like what Browning did, and all 5 have placed him in front of Kulik with 2 more to go. Todd Eldredge and Alexei Urmanov, 1 and 2 after the short program, still to come in Binghamton as the Ultimate 4 continues. The women are still to come. We have come down to the final 2 men here at the 1998 Ultimate 4, the place, the Broome County Arena, Binghamton, New York. It may seem unfair, but the fact of the matter is, Todd Eldredge's figure skating career will seem more like a summary of missteps than home runs. About the only thing that he can do to change the perception of that is to take all the opportunities that lie before him and grab them with as firm a grasp as he possibly can. Here, he is in a fabulous position, in first place after the short program. Now the interpretive free skate with Alexei Urmanov still to come. How will he deal with the prosperity?
Because this is the interpretive portion of the competition, the judges are first looking at the musicality and the choreography, but there still has to be technical ability, and that was a beautiful triple axel.
another standing ovation. We've got a new figure skating hotbed, and it's Binghamton, New York. And you've got to love it. From the time you're 5, you try to avoid falling, and then in the middle of the routine, you fall on purpose.
But it's fun to slide down the ice when you're doing it on purpose. And it was another wonderful performance here, Al. But was it enough? He made one mistake. He doubled, one tripled.
Alexei Romanov is the last of the Ultimate Four men to skate. He was second coming into this interpretive skate. Now the marks are going up. One by one, the judges punch them into the computer, and when every one of the 5 judges has entered the 2 marks, then they're posted for all to see. Kurt Browning was first after Kulik had gone.
Well, but they had it loud at the beginning and it broke up.
It was weird, yeah.
And he's talking about some music problems as well. And Todd Eldridge.
The marks for skating techniques for Todd Eldridge. 5.8.
Gets 2 first place ordinals from the judges. 3 still for Browning. But Eldridge's short program is going to
5.9.
push him to the top over Kurt Browning. 2.59.
5.9 and 5.8.
And there you see how the judges viewed him. Now Browning could still win the free skate, which would be a moral victory for him considering he's returning to the land of the judge. This is a competition in which there is money involved, remember. $75,000 for the winner, 50 in second, 40 in third, 30 in fourth. And I bring that up because Alexei Romanov has been out of the mix. In his words, out of a job for a year. Back in Russia, he's still living with his mom. This is an opportunity to restore his reputation and his bank account.
It was so loud and I landed huge, and it was like this. I landed and I went way over. I was like...
Eldridge and Browning are part of a much interested audience.
Before he does his triple axel, a warm up with a triple toe.
Now, I don't know what has happened. That's an unfortunate break in the music.
Spotted something on the ice. They're leaning over the board and they're saying that they see something on the ice. Perhaps a piece of one of the flowers that have been thrown over. Oh, and it's so close to the boards too. What a shame to interrupt his performance like this. He probably never skate that close to the boards, but the judges have to stop it.
Well, it's in interest of his safety, of course.
Yes, I know.
Is that okay?
Judges have no choice but to stop the performance.
Now, is he allowed a break?
It came from right over my head.
They will allow him to catch his breath.
It's supposed to go up ice, you know, and settle down.
Well, sort of a timeout.
But how infuriating. And when you
well, it's
start...
one of those situations. I mean, you're frustrated, but you can't be mad because it is what it is. And
no, but as a performer,
whatever
I'm
frustration.
disappointed for him because he was right there, and now he has to get back to that place that he was 2 minutes ago.
Whatever frustration you feel has to be displaced from what you'd feel if you did get hurt. Well, these comebacks aren't easy, are they?
shoulders. This time a little shaky. He needs this next jump if he wants to win. Triple axel. It's a beauty, Al.
Is there any way for the judges to cut him slack because of what happened, or do they have to treat the false start as if it never occurred?
I think they're supposed to treat the false start as though it never happened, but they're human beings. They know what's going on, so that they are going to cut him some slack. It's natural. We all have. And that was a double.
So, a deduction.
Not a deduction, because there are no deductions in the interpretive portion of the competition, but he will definitely not win with this performance.
Alexei Urmanov, the Russian back from a long absence. The unfortunate false start.
Well, he's got to be happy with that performance because it was a wonderful reintroduction to the world of competitive figure skating. However, I really wish he had not had that false start because he was so on, and I would have loved to have seen the first program and what may have happened, because with this performance, I could see that his shoulders were slightly up. There was a slight tension on his face that wasn't there the first time.
You saw Kurt Browning say congratulations to Todd Eldredge. He knows the deal. Now the numbers are being posted. Interestingly, you're about to see that the Russian judge is going to give the Russian skater 2 5.9s. Meanwhile, the other judges will be more prominent with 5.6s, 5.7s, and 5.8s. Todd Eldredge is going to get 1 first-place ordinal. Kurt Browning, 3.
5.6.
Urmanov
5.6.
doesn't want to get off the ice. I think he's so happy to be out there competing. He doesn't want to get off and sit in the kiss and cry.
And the marks for presentation.
Russian judge second from the right with the 2 5.9s.
5.6.
Urmanov is actually going to finish in 4th place. Let's go down to Beth Ruyak with the champion.
Todd? Oh, looks like you did it. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thanks. It was a great night. You know, the short program went well, and this program went pretty well for me, so I was real happy.
You are the expert at the ups and downs of things, and after all of this, what do you think makes the difference? Why is it that it's free and happy again?
Well, I think after training for Worlds went really well, and the competition at Worlds was really good, and I think that really helped my confidence. And, you know, I think I'm just a lot happier skating now and having a lot more fun doing it.
And you had some decent competition tonight, too?
Not too shabby. A couple Olympic gold medalists and world champions, you know, it's not too bad.
It's great to see you doing well. Thanks, Todd.
Thanks.
So Kurt Browning wins the free skate. But based on the back-to-back performances in the short program and what we just witnessed, Todd Eldredge is the winner here. Of the Ultimate Four, he'll win $75,000. Kurt Browning, $50,000, $40,000 for Ilya Kulik, and $30,000 for Alexei Urmanov. Earlier, there are three other women trying to be or not to be. Maria Budorskaya couldn't stand up to the pressure of Michelle Kwan. Hard as rock. Yuka Sato is graceful, smooth, but not explosive enough to dance to the winning beat. And Irina Slutskaya may be cute, but when the pot's full of money and the cards are on the table, don't try to win with a look. Win with the goods. This is the Ultimate Four, and earlier tonight in the short program, Michelle Kwan took the lead. So now she is the proverbial leader, looking to shut the other three out, in effect saying, "Get out of my face." Father Danny was in the upper deck. He's going to do a long-distance coaching job for this one.
Well, there's nothing anyone can do now except Michelle. It's in her hands, and she knows exactly what to do.
Gentlemen from the United
And
States,
he knows,
please welcome
she knows,
Michelle
he's here.
Kwan.
this program is that the jumps are meshed within the choreography.
This sellout crowd came to see Michelle Kwan be beautiful and near perfect like she was at the Olympics and the World Championships. She gave them what they wanted to see.
The best kind of choreography takes you on an emotional ride. Michelle Kwan made us feel something. And that's why she's special.
I'll say what, that dad can coach no matter where he watches his daughter perform. Only one more woman to come to challenge. Get the computer scores, and they're extremely good. They're going to vault Michelle Kwan into first place.
5.9, 5.8.
What is also special about this performance is Michelle knows that she's not really being challenged by any of the other women here, and yet she has not lowered her standards. Just a few more sixes to add to the collection.
And every single one of the judges, the German, the American, the Swiss, the Canadian, and the Russian, have all placed her first. Let's go to a new challenge tomorrow with Beth Ruyak and Sandra Bezic. I'm Al Troutwig. Good night.